Hey guys, seems like you've been having a little trouble making the jack exactly the way I did, huh? That's alright. Let me show you how I did it. Start with a cylinder. Let's drag it out here onto the surface. I'm going to go ahead and make this the dimensions that it was supposed to be. Length of 5, a width of 5, and the height was supposed to be 80. Alright, so that takes care of our cylinder. Grab a sphere, put it over here. I'm going to hold shift, push the corner in until we get it to 10 for the diameter. So the diameter is going to kind of be like the length, the width, and the height, but it's the same in all directions. And that's it. I just need these two shapes to make this up here. I'm going to take the two shapes and I'm going to align them together. So here's the align tool. It's very important that you learn how to use this as soon as possible, guys. It is so helpful. All right, so now we have this in place, but I'm not going to align it here. I don't want it in the middle. I want it here at the bottom. Now, here's a trick though. If you look underneath, you see that? There's a part of the cylinder sticking out of the bottom. We don't want that. You can look over at the original jack. There's no cylinder sticking out. So what some of you figured out, but I don't think too many of you did, was that you need to raise up the cylinder 2 millimeters. Oops, try that again. I can do that just by clicking here. You can do the handle, but to me it's just easier to type in the number. So I'm going to put 2, raise it up just enough so that the cylinder isn't sticking out of the bottom of the sphere here. I'm going to take both of these shapes, I'm going to group them together, and then here's the issue some of you had. Uh-oh, now it's all the same color. To change that, guys, and most of you already knew this, you can make it multicolor. So the sphere goes back to the original blue, cylinder stays this orange color that it's supposed to be, and that is in place now. So I did tell you guys, you already knew all the skills to make the jack exactly the way I did here. But I'm going to introduce something new that I haven't taught you guys yet. I'm going to select this shape. I'm going to duplicate it. And instead of rotating it using this, there's another tool up here called flip. If I click this, I can flip this shape along the x-axis, along the y-axis, and along the z-axis. Now, through this area here, I want you to notice what happens if I click the cursor over it. You see there's this like little ghost cylinder that appears at the top. When I kind of move the cursor over this, it shows where it's going to move that duplicated shape. So I am going to click it. It puts it in place, but now notice that the cylinder from the original shape is clicking out of the sphere of the duplicated one. So I'm going to take this duplicated shape, click on it, and I'm going to raise it up 2. And now that part of the cylinder is gone. Uh-oh, there's an 82 here. That's not an actual problem because if I group both of these shapes together, notice what happens. That's the 84. That's how come my jack was actually 84, guys. I didn't really pick it to be 84. It just ended up being 84 because of the way that I had raised it up. So let's go and group those together now. Now you might see how this piece, if I duplicate it twice and just kind of rearrange it, ends up being the jack. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So now that this piece is selected, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Remember, keep the cursor close to the shape, and it moves it around in bigger chunks. All right, so there's the first one, 90 degrees. This second shape, I'm just going to duplicate again, and I'm going to rotate it using this handle here, 90 degrees. Now, it's kind of tricky to find because it's so small down here, but this is the one. See, if I can't move it, I'll type in the number. Uh-oh, don't know what happened. All right, it's okay. it again. Okay. Select the second shape. Oh, I don't think I selected it the first time. It was still selected on the one standing up. Okay. So let's duplicate it, rotate it 90. There we go. That looks a lot better. And there we go. There's the jack, exactly the way it's supposed to be. The only thing I got to do is group everything together. By the way, guys, when I was looking at your shapes to give you a grade, I was looking for this number also because your spheres should be 10. What happens sometimes, guys, is we put everything together and you try to stretch everything out. It also changes the shapes of the spheres. So it's important to get everything in place the way you want it, and then don't change any shapes. Otherwise, you kind of stretch things out. Okay? So it's important to kind of get things in place where you want, and then duplicate and turn stuff. Okay? So let me go ahead and group all this together. And there we go. I have two jacks now. Got this one, got that one. But I was thinking, I think it might look a little neater if we actually put a sphere right here in the center of the jack. So how would I do that? I'm gonna let you guys think about that for a minute while I grab the sphere and bring it out here. So I want the sphere to go and be the same size and shape as the ones at the ends of the jack. Okay, so 10. So did you guys figure out how I'm going to get it here in the middle? You could use the align tool. I think that might be the easiest way to do it actually. So select the jack, select the sphere, and we're going to align them. I'm going to select the jack so we can move the sphere over here. Okay, so now I have all my alignment dots down here at the bottom. So let's bring it up a little bit. Bring it over a little bit. So now it's disappeared here. Now we have to raise it up to the center of the jack using this dot. There it is. I actually kind of like the way this looks better. So I gotta have, just make sure that I group everything together in case I move it around. Okay, so group. There it is. The final jack. And I do like it better with that little sphere in the middle. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful.